This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning for January 29, 2023, Kingston man charged with murder over stabbing of Denham Town resident. A Kingston man who allegedly used a pair of scissors to stab another man during a fight earlier this month has been charged with murder. Daniel Kevin Dotlin, 20, from Elgin Street in Denham Town has been charged. The deceased is 31-year-old Ricardo Robinson, otherwise called the Slapway or Travis of Victoria Street, Denham Town. Reports from the Denham Town police are that about 12:45 p.m., Dotlin and Robinson had an argument resulting in a fight. During the tussle, Robinson reportedly used a stone to hit Dotlin. Dotlin then used the scissors to stab Robinson. The police were alerted and both men were assisted to the hospital, where Robinson was pronounced dead and Dotlin was admitted for treatment. An investigation was launched and Dotlin was arrested. He was subsequently charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. One person killed in West Street shooting in Kingston. One person has been confirmed dead following a shooting along West Street in Kingston on Saturday afternoon. The identity of the deceased has not yet been ascertained. It was reported that about 4:45 p.m., gunmen approached a group of men and fired several shots. It's understood that 5 persons received gunshot wounds and one of them died as a result. Clark says the Finance Ministry received the FSC report on SSL in April 2020 never came to his attention. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has disclosed that his office received a report from the Financial Services Commission on the fraud hit Stocks and Securities Limited in April 2020, but he said it was never brought to his attention. Dr. Clark, writing in Saturday's Gleaner newspaper, revealed that hours after his policy address on Monday, an official in the Financial Services Commission's management told him that the commission sent a copy of the report to his office. Under the FSC's law, the agency is required to examine the affairs of entities that it regulates at least once per year, and after that submit a report to the minister within 90 days. Dr. Clark said the SSL report dated June 25, 2019 was found during a search of his office on Tuesday. It was sent by the FSC to the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service on April 3, 2020, and stamped received by his office on April 15, 2020. That report was generated following an on-site visit of SSL in June 2019. According to the Finance Minister, the report did not contain a history of the FSC's regulatory actions against the SSL, although it included breaches worthy of the recommendation that the FSC meet with the board of SSL to address the liquidity issues at SSL. The report also included a recommendation that SSL be issued immediately with regulatory directions in order to have the issues resolved in a timely manner. At least 40 investors have been fleeced of what could be billions of Jamaican dollars in an alleged fraud scheme at the financial institution. Dr. Clark said recommendations from the Financial Services Commission's 2019 report on Stocks and Securities Limited were implemented by the agency's board. He noted that the recommendations and approved directives were issued to SSL on October 25, 2019, almost 6 months prior to his office receiving a copy of the report. He said that the FSC board implemented directives that were more extensive than those recommended in the report in both scope and detail. According to him, a later FSC status update confirmed that SSL was compliant or largely compliant with 5 of the 6 FSC board-mandated directives by April 25, 2020, days after his office received the report. Dr. Clark insists that the FSC has brought matters of concern or that require his input to his attention many times in the past. SSL was never among them, he noted. The Finance Minister has asserted that upcoming regulatory reforms must address some of the impracticalities and ambiguities in the Financial Services Act. Among them are provisions in the FSC's law which require yearly assessment of almost 500 regulated entities, and the report is sent to the minister. Dr. Clark said over its 22 years of existence, the FSC has not operated in that manner. Psychiatric evaluation ordered for man on murder charge. A psychiatric evaluation has been ordered for 60-year-old Alexander Page, the man accused of killing 57-year-old Isaiah Atkinson, whose body was found along the Salt Pond Main Road on January 17. When Page appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court before Senior Parish Court Judge Tracy Ann Johnson, he was ordered remanded until February 10, when the matter will again be mentioned. Things took a peculiar turn, however, when he started behaving strangely inside the prisoner's dock, stating that "my name is God." When asked if he needed a lawyer, he told the court, "I don't need a lawyer, I am an attorney at law." The judge then told him that his mental health will have to be checked. It is reported that about 7 a.m. on January 17, residents stumbled upon Atkinson's body, which had stab wounds. The police were called to the scene. Gordon Harrison says the cops are yet to approach her office for statements in CPFSA probe. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison has indicated that the police have not yet approached her office for witness statements or with a request for interviews since it tabled the report flagging the Child Protection and the Family Services Agency's relationship with Carl Robanks. Robanks, who is the founder and the CEO of a United States-based charity called Embracing Orphans, had his teaching license in the U.S. suspended due to inappropriate conduct with a minor. The report, produced by the Office of the Children's Advocate, which was tabled in Parliament earlier this month, was also forwarded to the police for further investigations to determine whether charges could be laid against anyone who is believed to have abused or facilitated the abuse of children. Speaking with the news on Thursday, after giving a keynote address at the launch of the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew's sensational solar raffle at the Matthew 2540 home in downtown Kingston, Gordon Harrison said that her office has a responsibility to bring to the Parliament's attention any adverse findings relating to breach of conduct or breach of duty when it conducts a probe. And that's exactly what we did, Gordon Harrison said. Our legislative mandate and our responsibility can go no further because the law does not allow us to go any further, so we have done our bit, and this can be likened to almost a race, a relay with a baton to be passed on. We have run our leg of the journey in keeping with our statutory mandate, she said. The OCA reported that despite the concerns surrounding Robanks, he was still allowed access to wards of the state at the St. James-based My Father's House, which was established and heavily funded by his Embracing Orphans charity. In addition, the OCA further reported that even after 2018, when the CPFSA became aware of his inappropriate contact with a minor in 2018, Robanks was allowed full access to the wards, some of whom were minors. The OCA also reported that attempts were made to frustrate its investigators into the matter. The entity recommended that a named manager and house mother should be reassigned, as they have been actively reinforcing the girls that they should not cooperate, and further, that the instruction originated from the CEO of the CPFSA. Youth Minister Favour Williams, while delivering a statement in the House of Representatives on January 10 regarding the matter, said the CPFSA CEO, Rosalie Gage-Gray, was asked to step aside. Gage-Gray has not resigned. Minister Williams told the House that when the ministry learned of the suspension of Mr. Robanks' license through the media in March 2021, she gave an ambiguous directive to the CEO of the CPFSA to sever its partnership and collaborative work with Embracing Orphans and Carl Robanks. The CPFSA did not end the relationship with Robanks. Embracing Orphans had a long-standing relationship with CPFSA to provide transitional facilities for young girls preparing to leave state care. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.